Hello, my name is Annette from Whitehorse Manningham Libraries, and I would like to welcome you to this Introduction to Ancestry Library Edition session, where I will show you how to find records of your family members and ancestors, and also how to save those records so you'll be able to use them later in your research. Ancestry Library Edition is one of the world's largest genealogy databases. It's a great place to get started on your genealogy research, as it contains billions of records from around the world, including Australia, the UK, North America and Europe. Important to note here that Ancestry Library Edition is not the same as Ancestry.com. Ancestry Library Edition is a read-only database. While it has powerful search engines that help you pinpoint genealogical records, you will need a personal Ancestry.com subscription to access DNA results, create and edit family trees, or message and collaborate with other Ancestry.com users. Normally, Ancestry Library Edition is only available for use in the library. However, while the library is closed during the coronavirus pandemic, Ancestry Library Edition will be available to use from your home with your Whitehorse Manningham Libraries membership. To access Ancestry Library Edition via the Whitehorse Manningham Libraries website, open your internet browser and type in the search bar at the top of the screen www.wml.vic.gov.au and then hit return. Click on Library Catalogue. Then click the word Login. Enter your library card number with no spaces next to borrower ID or username, and then your library password. If you are not sure what your password is, contact your local Whitehorse Manningham Library branch and they will reset it for you. Now click on the Ancestry Library Edition logo. This will take you to the Ancestry homepage. To start a search, click on the Begin Searching button, which will launch the main search screen. There are a few different ways of searching from this page. On the right-hand side here, you are able to search special collections. I would suggest using Search by Special Collection only if you know exactly what document or record you are looking for. For example, if you're looking for your great-grandfather's marriage record, you might want to just click Marriage and Divorce. However, I would recommend starting with a more broad search using the function shown here on the left-hand side of the screen. Here, first, middle and last name fields are available in addition to location and birth year. As an example, I am going to do a search for James Bloodworth, who arrived in Australia from the UK as part of the First Fleet after being convicted of a felony in 1785. Bloodworth was a master bricklayer and builder and was responsible for the construction of most of the buildings in the colony of New South Wales between 1788 and 1800. To begin the search, I am going to enter his name in the fields at the top of the screen. Now this is where you may wish to use truncation or wildcard symbols to help expand the search variations of the name. For example, you can also use a question mark in place of a single letter or an asterisk at the end of a name or term to find variations that begin with those letters. For this search, I know James sometimes used a variation in the spelling of his last name, adding a S after the D, making it Bloodsworth. So here I will put an asterisk after the D so the search will pick up both Bloodworth and Bloodsworth variations. James may have also used the spelling Bloedworth, where there is an E instead of one of the O's. So I could replace the E with a question mark and this will pick up both spelling variations. Just a tip here, if If you don't have any luck with the name you have entered, you could also try searching a nickname or initials. If you click on the word exact under the name fields, you will have the option to choose how exact you would like the search to be. You can choose exact if you know the name is correct, or you can broaden your search by choosing options such as sounds like, similar, or initials. Under place your ancestor might have lived, I will enter Sydney, New South Wales, Australia. By clicking on exact, I can choose from options to narrow or broaden my search. I know James was born in 1759, so I will enter this here. If I was unsure of the exact date, I could use the calculator next to the birth year field to help me identify a possible date. Again, there are options under the birth year field to narrow or broaden my search. If you have more information about the person you are searching, you can click on Show More options. Here you can specify dates and locations of events such as birth, death and marriage, and add family members. Entering the name of a family member can help narrow the search, particularly if the family member has a unique name. There are also options to add keywords such as occupation and street address, and you can add gender, race or nationality. I know that James was male and a bricklayer, so I will add this information. Just a tip here about searching keywords such as occupations and addresses. Double quotation marks will help delineate phrases rather than separate terms when searching, which will help identify the exact information you are looking for. For example, if I knew James was a builder and bricklayer, I might put builder and bricklayer in quotation marks to make my search more specific. Once your search criteria are entered, click the search button to retrieve results. This is what a search results page looks like. I purposely kept my initial search quite broad so I have lots of results. I can see that some of these results don't match the person I am searching, so I now want to narrow my results further. To do this, I will move the bars under the search filters towards exact and then click Update. You can see now that I have decreased the number of results and narrowed my search to records that are likely to be more relevant. There is a variety of records that are available for James Bloodworth, plus a match from an Ancestry.com members family tree. The records shown are a mixture of governmental, criminal, land, death and cemetery records, and as you can see there are records with both the Bloodworth and Bloodsworth name variations. This is where I will have to double check and make sure that some of the information matches up to what I know about James Bloodworth. Based on what I'm seeing here, I'm certain that some of these records relate to the James Bloodworth that I'm looking for. After scanning through the records found, you can click on a particular record to take a deeper look at it. We're going to take a look at this record from the Colonial Secretaries Papers database as our example today. Firstly, I can click on the title to give me a summary of the relevant information contained in the record. Then I can click on View Details to give me further information. As you can see, this record contains quite a bit of information about James Bloodworth. It tells us when and how he arrived in Australia, his occupation and where he lived. It also gives us the date he was pardoned and when he died. This record also tells us that this information comes from a list of grants and leases of land registered in the Colonial Secretary's office. If I would like to have a copy of this record for my research, I can click on Send Document. Enter my email address and a link will be sent to my discovery page, where I can view and download all of my finds while using Ancestry Library Edition. Now I am going to show you another record. This is an image of James Bloodworth's baptism record from an English baptisms, marriages and burials database. Not all records contain an image, however this one does, so we can click on View to see a digitised copy of the actual physical record. By clicking on the sliding bar on the right hand side of the page, we can zoom in to find the entry for James Bloodworth shown here. I can also click on the Tools icon on the right hand side of the screen to rotate, flip and invert the colours of the image. If I click on this little button here that looks like a piece of film, it will show other images in a sequence around the image we have selected, which we can click on individually to view. Also at the bottom of the screen there is a little button showing two people. Click on this button and a transcribed list of names from the record will appear with the name being searched highlighted in yellow. Additional family members are highlighted in green. Here you can see James Bloodworth's name highlighted in yellow and Robert Bloodworth, James's father, is highlighted in green. I can also scroll up and down through the list of names using the slider button on the right side of the screen, and any names over which I place the cursor that are not James or a member of his family, they are highlighted in beige. If I want to save this document to my computer or print it out later, I can click the green Save button in the top right hand corner. When you click Save, you can either send the image home by typing in your email address and clicking Send to Email, or you can click Save to this computer to download it to your computer's hard drive. I will now click the back arrow to get back to the records page, and then I will click Search in the top bar and all categories to take me to the main search page. On the search page, there is also an option here to explore by location, which allows you to explore the individual collections for specific countries and regions. For Australian collections, click on the Australia tab here and then select the relevant state or territory. By selecting Victoria, you can then browse through the 29 collections available for Victoria shown here on the right hand side of the screen. This is also a very helpful feature if you already know where your ancestors come from and you're looking for some country or region specific information. For example, if you had family members from Finland, you would click on the Europe tab, then click on Finland to view the 7 collections available. To close your search and return to the search page, click the little cross in the top right hand corner. So that is a general overview of the search functions of Ancestry Library Edition. Thank you for watching and best of luck with your family search.